Hello, hello, high level listeners. Welcome back to another Monday English vocabulary podcast here on High Level Listening, our YouTube channel that helps you compare American English and British English through fun conversations and real life language. I'm Kat from the United States, and this is Mark from the UK.
Yes, hello everyone. It's great to have you back. Today we'll be talking about a topic most of us know quite well, and that's a very, very busy day at work. Like always, we'll share our own stories, which are full of great high-level vocabulary and phrases. Kat's will be in an American workplace, and then mine will be in a more British office, but we'll both be very busy. And then afterwards, we'll break down the best vocabulary so you can describe your own busy days, just like a native speaker.
As a quick reminder, you can support us right here on YouTube by becoming a high-level listening member for the PDF transcripts. Or you can upgrade to our vocabulary member tier, and you can get picture dictionaries, study guides, and the Season 4 study packs.
Yes, don't forget, we've already loaded more than 60 units of study guides from Season 1, 2, 3, and now 4. They're all available on our high-level listening store on Payhip. The links are in the description below. Okay, so let's start talking about busy days. Kat will go first and read her script in her American office. So, Kat, how was your day at the office?
Whew, today felt nonstop. So I clocked in at 8 and my to-do list was already a mile long. Before I could catch my breath, I checked my phone and I got slammed with 4 emails in a row, all with new project info. I barely managed to grab a quick bite at my desk before I headed into an afternoon of back-to-back calls. Around 3:30, I got a last-minute request to finish up a presentation by end of day. I can't believe I was able to wrap things up, double-check the slides, and hit send right before it was due.
Wow, okay, that was stressful to listen to.
I know.
busier.
I felt stressed talking about it again. I'm re-stressed. So what about you, Mark? How was your day at work today?
Honestly, it was absolute mayhem from the moment I logged on. I'd barely taken off my coat when the boss asked for an urgent report due by noon, please. Typical. I cracked on, but the phone wouldn't stop ringing and Teams kept pinging. Lunch? Forget it. I wolfed down a sandwich during a call. The afternoon brought 2 back-to-back brainstorming sessions. By 5:30, my head was spinning. I cobbled my now overdue report together, proofread it twice, and sent it off with 3 minutes to spare. Then I shut the laptop and finally had a moment to breathe. Phew. Okay, yeah, so we've both had very busy days.
What a long day.
Exactly, right? Don't worry if you didn't catch everything we said in our scripts. We'll go back to the start and go through them again. We'll explain and we'll highlight all the best vocabulary to talk about being busy. So, back to the start of your script, Kat. How was your day today?
It was non-stop. Today felt non-stop. So that kind of sound that I make, it's kind of a phew. Sometimes we use it as a sign of relief, like phew. But if we use it a little bit faster, like, whoa, I can't believe that happened today. Phew. Today felt nonstop. Nonstop. You might have seen this word for an airplane, a nonstop flight, but it's the same thing. Nonstop is continuous. It keeps going. So I tried to take a breath. I tried to take a break. No, I couldn't. I had to keep working. So today felt nonstop. Nonstop. So, how did your busy day start?
Honestly, it was absolute mayhem from the moment I logged on. So, honestly, it was absolute mayhem. These two words often come together. Mayhem is like chaos. Everything is crazy. Nothing is organized. And sometimes it can feel like that at work because you have so many tasks, you don't know where to start or which one to do first. Everyone is working on 5 different projects at the same time. It's difficult to communicate and cooperate and get things done. Absolute mayhem makes that even stronger. We do like to use absolute as the adjective before other bad moments. So bad nouns like absolute chaos, it was an absolute disaster, or it was absolute mayhem. Usually when things are bad, the strong adjective we'll use is absolute. So it was absolute mayhem from the moment I logged on. From the moment means as soon as. When I opened my laptop, the mayhem started instantly. So it's from the moment I logged on. Logged on means I sat down at my computer, I entered my work email and work password. So from the moment I logged on, it was absolute mayhem. So a crazy day. Okay, Kat, back to your side. What time did you get to work?
I clocked in at 8 and my to-do list was already a mile long. So you could say I started work at 8, but I will use this phrase, I clocked in. Now, sometimes you physically go to the computer and you say, I'm here. I have arrived at work. Start paying me. But sometimes we still use this phrase to clock in. It's kind of from the old days when you would be a factory worker. You would take your clock in sheet or your time sheet. You would put it in the machine and it would clock you in. Then at the end of the day, you would clock out. Okay, so clocking in is saying I arrived at 8 o'clock. Okay, start my workday. So I clocked in at 8. I clocked in at 8. I clocked in at 8. And my to-do list was already a mile long. Now, your to-do list, T-O-D-O, to-do, my to-do list, are the list of things you need to do, okay? So my to-do list is all of the list of things I'm supposed to do for the day. Well, my to-do list was already a mile long. Now, I don't know if you use this, Mark, because I'm not sure if you even use miles, but when we say a mile long, that means that it's very, very long already. We mean it was already a mile long. I already have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, in the UK, we do use miles for distance. Okay. And yeah, if you've got a shopping list, a mile long, a credit card bill, a mile long. It's very, very big.
So, Mark, what happened first for your busy day?
So I had barely taken my coat off when, so barely means very, very recently or shortly after I took my coat off. So I came to work, took my coat off and then just put it on the hanger and my boss asked me for an urgent report. So with two things in the past, the thing that happened first, I had taken my coat off. I had barely taken my coat off first. When? Next, the boss asked me for an urgent report. An urgent report is a very important task that you need to do right now. It's urgent. It is high priority. It is critical. It's something that you need to start working on now, immediately. And when do I have to finish the report? Due by noon, please. Due, D-U-E. That is the deadline for your work. It's due by 12. It's due by 5 or due by next week. That's the preposition with it. So yes, sat down, logged on, took off my coat, and immediately I have an urgent report due by noon. Noon is 12 p.m., the middle of the day. So if I arrived at like 8 or 9, I've only got like 3 hours to put it together. So typical. Typical. Yeah.
Oh,
typical.
just so your boss does this a lot then.
Exactly. All right. Back to your busy day, Kat. It sounds like you had a very busy morning overall.
Yeah. Before I could catch my breath, I checked my phone and I got slammed with 4 emails in a row, all with new project info. So before I could catch my breath. Now, I don't know if you were listening last week, but I did get into work just on time, but I was basically running, trying to grab all my things and run inside, right? So I clocked in, I'm on time, but I need a moment to grab my coffee, catch my breath, kind of think about the things I need to do for work. So literally, I could catch my breath. If you kind of breathe in very quickly, you catch your breath. But it also is from breathing very heavily, and you need a moment, you need a break, right? Just a short moment to, okay, slow your breathing down, catch your breath. Meaning just take a moment to think, slow down, and catch your breath. But before I could catch my breath, I checked my phone. When you pick up your phone and look at it to see if someone had called, to see if someone had messaged you, to see if you have any notifications, you check it. I checked my phone and I got slammed with 4 emails in a row. If you get slammed, okay, we use this word when you push the door very hard, right? And the door makes a loud noise and you slam the door. But if you get slammed with something, then a lot of things come very quickly, or a lot of work comes at once. I got slammed with 4 emails in a row, meaning someone sent them to me. So I got slammed with 4 emails in a row, meaning sometimes, you get 4 emails during the day, maybe 1 in the morning, 1 before lunch, 1 in the afternoon, and then 1 right as you're leaving from work, right? Just 4 emails. But if you get boom, 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 4 emails in a row, 4 emails back to back, then they happened very quickly and all in a row, all with new project info. So it's not a simple reply. It's not a simple email. It is all with new project information, or all with new project info. All right, Mark. So what did you do next in your busy workday?
I cracked on, but the phone wouldn't stop ringing and Teams kept pinging as well. So if you remember, my boss gave me an urgent report due by noon. So next I cracked on. Aha, that's quite a British phrasal verb. I cracked on means I started working. I got my head down. I focused and I concentrated on this task. If you crack on with something, it doesn't sound like it was very fun or enjoyable work. Maybe it was quite hard and you knew it would take a long time to finish, but you have to do it. So crack on. Let's crack on. You can say that to your team.
I have a quick question about crack on. Does it also mean to continue, or does it just mean to start?
I think it's more like continue.
Okay.
Like you start the work and then it gets boring and it gets difficult, but just crack on, keep going, get through it. Yeah. So I cracked on, but the phone wouldn't stop ringing. So yeah, my phone was ringing, ring, ring. Like, yes, hello? No, I'm busy with that report. Sorry, bye. And then 5 minutes later.
It's your boss calling about the report he told you to do.
Where is it? I'm like, I'm working on it right now. It's nearly done. Yeah, so it just wouldn't stop ringing. So when your phone goes, it rings. And then Teams kept pinging. So phone is ringing, ring. And then software like Zoom, Teams, Slack, pings. A ping is a notification. So if you get a ping, then you get a little message in the corner of your screen or on your phone. Someone wants to talk to you, was telling you something. It's also the verb. The software pings, or he pinged me earlier. He sent me a message. So ping is the word when a software or communication software or something is sending a message. So you might get lots of pings on your phone, or my phone kept pinging. And every time it pings, you look, you read the message, and it's a little distraction from the work. I'm trying to focus and concentrate, but my Teams kept pinging messages and messages and messages. So that was distracting, and that made it more difficult too.
It's interesting. I'm thinking too, because my phone is always on mute, but I get pings. It doesn't have to be a sound, even though I'm thinking of the sound. Ping, 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 ping. But you're right. It is just a notification.
Okay, well, back to your busy day. please tell me you at least had time to eat something on this busy day.
I barely managed to grab a quick bite at my desk before I headed into an afternoon of back-to-back calls. Well, this sounds like my life, though, at work, to be honest. I barely managed to grab a quick bite. Okay, if you manage to do something, you succeed. All right, so I barely managed. Okay, I'm organized. Okay, I managed to do it, right? I barely managed to grab a quick bite. Like Mark used it earlier, I just did it. Okay, I had maybe an extra second. If I wasted the time, I wouldn't have eaten. Okay, so I barely succeeded to grab a quick bite. It's very common to say, especially in the United States. Want to grab a quick bite? Want to grab a bite? So very American, and it does make sense. We usually spend 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes eating. Then we've got to travel to the place and then travel back to our desk. So we need to just grab a quick bite. And so I barely managed to grab a quick bite at my desk. So at my desk, not at a restaurant, not at the cafeteria, at my desk, before I headed into an afternoon of back-to-back calls. I'm using the word head, which often means go, but I'm heading into, meaning I'm starting. I headed into an afternoon, okay, meaning my afternoon started. I headed into an afternoon of back-to-back calls. Now, back-to-back means that they were very close together. I started a call, I finished the call, and then I started another one very shortly after, back-to-back. You could say back-to-back-to-back. You have 3 of them. Back-to-back-to-back, meaning you start one, end one, start one, end one, start one,
Right.
end one, and they're very close together. That's what we mean by back-to-back or back-to-back-to-back.
3 is probably the max, right? Back to back to back. If you kept going,
Back-to-back-to-back-to-back.
would just sound a bit crazy.
It would, yeah. Otherwise, you would probably say 3 in a row, 4 in a row, right?
Yeah, right.
That's probably where I would go, like 10 in a row. You wouldn't say back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah, right. At least count.
Exactly. All right, Mark, did you have time to eat lunch at all?
Oh, lunch? Forget it. I wolfed down a sandwich during a call. So
my
during
stomach.
a call. Right.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So, yeah, lunch. Did I have lunch? No. Forget it. Forget it means no, absolutely not. So I didn't have time. I was so busy. I didn't have time to go out to a pub or a cafe or even the break room and enjoy lunch on my own quietly. I wolfed down a sandwich during a call. So wolf, you might know the animal, like a big dog that lives in a pack in the woods. If I wolf down, it means I eat really, really quickly, like an animal. If you only have like 2 minutes, then you will wolf it down or wolf down your food, wolf down a sandwich. In the past, it's wolfed. So I wolfed down a sandwich. You might also imagine like kids just coming in, wolfing down lunch and then running outside to play again. And I wolfed down a sandwich during a call. So maybe I was on the phone or maybe I was on a video call as well. And I was eating a sandwich as quickly as possible. So that's how busy I was. All right. So back to your side. Normally your afternoons are quite relaxed compared to the morning.
I don't know. Around 3:30, I got a last-minute request to finish up a presentation by end of day.
Oh.
Goody.
Oh dear. Oh yeah. Typical.
Goody. So the typical workday would be from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. That's a pretty typical workday, right? So if I'm supposed to leave at 5 o'clock, around 3:30, I got a last-minute request. Something that is last minute is very close to the deadline, very close to the moment you need to leave, very close to the moment you need to finish something when it's due. So I got a last minute request. A request, I mean, my boss told me to do this, but a request sounds nice. Could you do this for me instead of do this, right? Would it be possible if you could? This is a request. It's a question. Can you do this for me? I got a last-minute request to finish up a presentation. Why do we use finish up a presentation instead of just finish a presentation? It sounds like the presentation is almost ready, and I just need to finish it up, kind of fix the last little pieces, make sure it's ready to go, and when I'm done, it's 100% finished up. It's finished up. So I got a last-minute request to finish up a presentation by, and here's our deadline, by end of day. Sometimes you see EOD, by end of day. And normally we would say by the end of the day. But in work speak, we talk a little bit faster than that, by end of day. The end of the day, by end of day. EOD, by end of day. So basically I had an hour and a half, maybe less than that, because I have to get organized, look at the presentation, see what needs finishing up. But around 3:30, I got a last-minute request to finish up a presentation by end of day.
Thanks, boss. Cheers, boss.
Thanks, boss. Goodie. So was it any quieter in the afternoon for you, Mark?
Not really. The afternoon brought 2 back-to-back brainstorming sessions, and by 5:30, my head was spinning. So the afternoon brought. It sounds like it was on my afternoon schedule, and the afternoon came to me carrying these meetings. The afternoon brought, or the afternoon had, 2 back-to-back brainstorming sessions. Kat's already described back-to-back, so it was a meeting, no break, and then immediately the next meeting. So back-to-back brainstorming sessions. Brainstorming is when you get together and you think of maybe different business plans, different marketing campaigns, ad campaigns, and you share and swap ideas to find the best ideas to take forward. So 2 back-to-back brainstorming sessions by 5:30. That's UK speak for 5:30 by 5:30, which is also usually the end of the day. That's when people start going home. But by 5:30, my head was spinning. Spinning. So spinning is turning, but that's how it feels in my head. Not literally, but my brain has so much information. There's so much to think about. There's so much work to do. It's difficult to concentrate or remember anything. My head was spinning. If you've had a very, very long day and you feel very tired, then yeah, you can say, "Ugh, my head is spinning. I just want to relax and lie down." All right, so you had to finish your presentation right at the very last minute. Did you manage to get everything finished in time?
I can't believe I was able to wrap things up, double check the slides, and hit send right before it was due. So I can't believe I was able to. So I can't believe I did something. I can't believe I was able to do it, okay? I thought it was impossible. I thought it was impossible. I can't believe I was able to wrap things up, double check the slides, and hit send. When you wrap something up, sounds like a present, okay? And once you wrap it up, it is ready to go. So if you wrap things up, you finish something. You tie it up, wrap it up, and it's finished. I was able to wrap things up, double check the slides. When we double check, triple check, we are reviewing it again. We are checking it again. Double check, triple check, twice, 3 times. Double check the slides and hit send. It really sounds like normally we would click send or tap send, but really when we hit send, I'm done with this. All right. It feels very final, very final. So I hit send right before it was due. I think I sent it around 4:59, if I'm honest.
Nice. That's before it's due. That counts.
Absolutely. So, Mark, did you manage to get everything finished in the end?
Well, I cobbled my now overdue report together, proofread it twice, and then sent it off with 3 minutes to spare. Then I shut the laptop and finally had a moment to breathe. So, if you remember, earlier in the day, my boss sent me an urgent report to finish by noon. I missed that deadline. It was overdue. It was due by 12. After 12, it's overdue. The report is overdue, or I cobbled my now overdue report together. If you cobble something together, you put it together very quickly. It's not perfect at all. You just did it fast. And I sent it off with 3 minutes to spare. So Kat said I hit send. I'll say I sent it off. We often use phrasal verbs more often in the office. I sent it off through the air to my boss's computer. 3 minutes to spare. Phew. So 3 minutes before the end of the day. 3 minutes before everyone goes home. I shut the laptop and then I finally had a moment to breathe. So I shut the laptop, my work is done, and yeah, I can relax a little bit. Like when your shoulders go down, breathe, and the day is over. We did it.
All right, now that we've gone through the vocabulary, let's hear those scripts once more. Today felt nonstop. I clocked in at 8 and my to-do list was already a mile long. Before I could catch my breath, I checked my phone and I got slammed with 4 emails in a row, all with new project info. I barely managed to grab a quick bite at my desk before I headed into an afternoon of back-to-back calls. Around 3:30, I got a last-minute request to finish up a presentation by end of day. I can't believe I was able to wrap things up, double-check the slides, and hit send right before it was due.
And then my script one more time. Honestly, it was absolute mayhem from the moment I logged on. I'd barely taken my coat off when the boss asked for an urgent report, due by noon, please. Typical, but I cracked on, but the phone wouldn't stop ringing and Teams kept pinging as well. Lunch? Forget it. I wolfed down a sandwich during a call. The afternoon brought 2 back-to-back brainstorming sessions, and by 5:30, my head was spinning. I cobbled my now overdue report together, proofread it twice, and sent it off with 3 minutes to spare. Then I shut the laptop and finally had a moment to breathe.
All right, there we go. Lots and lots of useful vocabulary to help you describe your very busy days at work. Now it's your turn. Think about yesterday at work or earlier today at work. Was it as busy as ours?
Yeah, see if you can write some sentences using the vocabulary from this lesson. And don't forget, if you want some more bonus materials, this episode is now available in the Season 4 study pack, which is available in our store. So it's PDF transcripts, the word list, the picture dictionary, and listening activities in there as well. They're all waiting for you in the link below.
Thank you so much for listening today, and we'll see you next time for another vocabulary episode here on High Level Listening.
Bye-bye.